Hey YouTube, this is Jeremy Yahoo Weeps. I'm going through my examining worldviews, and this is number 2, atheism versus theism. Theism is pretty broad, includes like a lot of religious beliefs. So primarily I'm just going to be addressing atheism with this one. I'm going to be going through human needs, and I'm going to be going through the big questions and see how it rates. Okay. Human needs, knowledge and understanding of the truth. Now that's debatable. It's kind of an unknown. Atheism says that doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in God, doesn't accept a supreme being, but there's no way to know whether that's true or not. As far as atheism goes, it just says that it doesn't see evidence, so it denies belief. But there's no way to validate that or back it up. Justice, things being right between self and others. Things in this life are not just for the vast majority of people. There is no justice. And according to an atheistic view, justice is kind of out the window for many, many people. It's kind of seems to be more along the lines of survival of the fittest, and stronger takes power. So there is no justice. Justice fails. Food, shelter, clothing, health, security, enjoyment, and dignity, respect, appreciation, and being understood. All those things are kind of dependent on your situation. They may happen for you, and they may not. Again, that goes back to justice. For a great many people that miss out on those things, that's just the way it is for them. Too bad, tough luck. That's it. What else do I have here? Purpose. Purpose is transitory. It's whatever you make of it. If you find for yourself a good purpose, great. If you can't, too bad. So it kind of goes along the same lines as all the other things: food, shelter, clothing, health, security, enjoyment. It's subjective when it comes down to it. To love and be loved, and social fulfillment, that kind of goes along the same lines. And it seems to be very transitory. Growth, challenge. There's plenty of growth and challenge in this world. Now the challenge may, in an atheistic view, I would think that it may very well be overwhelming, because the challenge to make sense out of this life and to have a good life, and to, especially if this life is all you have, for great many people, it's hopeless. There's no point, absolutely no point, in an atheistic worldview, and so it is all futility. I don't see any way around that. Dignity, respect, appreciation, and being understood. That's, again, it seems, it all comes back to seeing it's good for those that have it, and for those that don't, too bad, and you're just going to suffer through life, and that's it. That's all there is. That's the only option. You just suffer through life, and life is miserable, and then you die, and that's it. So that's what I see in an atheistic worldview. Hope beyond this life? No, fails completely. There is no hope beyond this life in an atheistic worldview. There's nothing. You die, and that's it. I mean, if there are people that believe differently, that think I'm wrong about this, I'm very open to talking about it, discussing. I would appreciate it if it's like considerate and respectful of each other. That's just how I operate. But you know, I welcome comments, discussion. That's great. Truth and goodness, which I think are very primary. Truth, it doesn't really have a claim on one way or another. It says that it believes the Almighty doesn't exist, disbelief, but I mean, I guess there are people that can claim that they know He does not exist. I don't know exactly how they'd know that, but they can claim that. And goodness, again, that would be transitory. That's there's nothing to say there's no authority, and if someone doesn't want to be good, what would stop them? Other people. Well, but then you can have one person going against another. That happens all the time. So goodness, I personally think it fails. Maybe if somebody has a differing view, you can share that with me, correct me. I'm very open to that. I mean, I'm not open to just saying I'm wrong when I don't think I am, but I'm open to discussion, being shown I'm wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, other important questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how. I believe the question of who. Well, who are we? Well, we are an atheistic worldview. The best that I can see, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the best I can see is we are evolved animals, and we are the products of our DNA and chemical processes and whatnot, and that's it. So that's who I am and who you are in an atheistic worldview. What? There's the universe, and what is the universe? The universe is just the place we're in, and it started, and no one knows exactly how in an atheistic worldview, and it's going to end, and that's it. When? Does the past, which is doesn't seem to be really going any particular direction, and your own personal past is just you're born, and your destiny is that you're going to die, and then you can have the best of this life that you can make it, and if you can't make it good, you're screwed. Present, just whatever you can get, and the future is honestly bleak. You have the best future you can, and then you die, and that's it. Atheistic worldview. Where? Here, the universe. In the past, here, in the future, here, and then death. Why? I don't know if there is a why in an atheistic worldview, because that's what nature does, and that's the way things are. How? The mechanics and logistics, making sense out of this life. To me, I can't see making sense out of this life in an atheistic worldview. This life makes no sense, because there's just injustice, and that's just the way it is. Love. Love is where you can find it. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. A lot of times you don't. A lot of people don't. Goodness is transitory. Truth is scientifically found, and that's it. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm very open to that. I'm only going by what I know about atheism. So please, if I am wrong, please correct me, because I'm very willing to learn. Freedom. Freedom is, again, the strongest take power. If you can dominate others, then more power to you, because others will try to dominate you. Because everybody wants to get ahead, and many people will step on others to do it, and the people that don't want to step on others to do it will get stepped on. That's the way the world works. That's what I've seen anyways. Justice, again, that fails. Relationship is transitory and fleeting. You can make relationships and have them last as long as they can last, and the person dies, and that's it for them, and someday you're going to die, and that's it for you. Death is just the end. That's it. If this life hasn't worked out for you, too bad. So that's the conclusion I come to on atheism. You know, if somebody's got other things to correct me on with any of this, I'm open to it. I'd be very interested in hearing what anybody has to say about any of these things that I brought up. Those are the things that I'm concerned with, is human needs and the answers to the big questions. But from what I've seen, atheism fails rather miserably, and that's a big reason why I'm not an atheist. In fact, I would say that's the main reason that I'm not an atheist and that I'm alive. Because if I were to be an atheist, I wouldn't be alive. There would be no point. I'm not saying there's no point to your life. I'm not saying there's no point to an atheist life. I'm saying that's my own personal conclusion. because I've had too much misery in my life. It is not worth it to me. If atheism were true, it would not be worth it to me. I'm just saying that's the way it is for me personally. If you're an atheist and you've found meaning and purpose, and you've found the things that I've said not to be true for you, I'm happy for you. I'm just saying that's not the way it is for me, and that's why I've come to the conclusions I've come to. But if I'm wrong about things, I'm willing to learn. So, I hope that clears some things up. Just a really quick side note, I believe that the common perception of hell is a myth. I believe that if you're an atheist, or whoever you are, that the Almighty is going to rescue you, that this life is not all there is hope, there is justice, it's coming, that this is like a test run, and that if you don't believe in the Almighty, I believe someday you will. Just like if you don't believe I'm real, maybe someday you'll meet me and then you would believe I'm real, I'm guessing. Maybe not, but, you know, I'm guessing. But I don't believe that anybody... I'm going to cover that in another video, the whole hell thing, but everybody gets rescued. Everybody. Everybody. Okay, so, hope you've enjoyed. Thank you. I will talk to you in the next one. Unless I have something more to add to the atheism thing, I think that is it for me. So, shalom, have a good life, thank you, and goodbye.